citizen, the people have a right to know exactly what our two major parties stand for on specific issues. They have a right to know who is for them. The Democratic Party and I have nothing to conceal. We are proud of our record.
The biggest unraveling, unsnarling, untangling operation in our nation's history. That industry is proof of the miracles. I want the motion picture industry and all of you who have so handsomely been here tonight, for which I am genuinely grateful, as important members of the team that will tell our story to the world.
We now know that Governor Dewey will carry New York State by at least 50,000 votes, and that he will be the next president of the United States.
I sent the following wire to President Truman. My heartiest congratulations to you on your election and every good wish for a successful administration. I urge all Americans to unite behind you in support of every effort to keep our nation strong and free and to establish peace in the world.